One bullet. One moment of courage. Marcus Chen, a struggling single father working 3 jobs, stepped in front of assassins to save a stranger. That bullet didn't just wound him, it changed his entire life. From janitor to hero, from poverty to power, from barely surviving to truly living. Sometimes one selfless act can transform everything. Before you watch full story, comment below from which country are you watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. Rain poured down like tears from heaven that cold November evening. Marcus Chen stood outside the emergency room, his worn-out jacket soaked through, staring at his phone. The screen showed a message from his daughter's school: Emma needs to be picked up. She's waiting. His heart ached. Emma was only 7 years old, and she had already seen too much pain in her young life. Her mother, Sarah, had passed away 2 years ago from cancer. Marcus remembered holding Sarah's hand as she took her last breath, whispering, "Take care of our baby girl." Since that day, Marcus had worked 3 jobs to keep their small apartment and put food on the table. He was a janitor at a corporate building during the day, a delivery driver in the evening, and a security guard at night. Sleep was a luxury he could barely afford. Tonight was supposed to be different. Tonight, he had promised Emma he would be home early to help her with her school project. But his car had broken down again, and he had no money to fix it. He was late, and his little girl was waiting. Marcus wiped his eyes. He refused to cry. Emma needed him to be strong. He started walking. The school was 5 miles away, but he would walk through fire for his daughter. As Marcus hurried through the dark streets, he took a shortcut through an alley behind the Grand Hotel. It was a fancy place where rich people stayed, a world he could never belong to. Suddenly, he heard voices. Angry voices. "You think you can betray Victor Castellano and walk away?" a man snarled. Marcus froze. He should have kept walking. He should have minded his own business. But something made him stop. He peeked around the corner. 3 men in black suits surrounded a young woman. She had long dark hair and wore an elegant red dress. Even in the dim light, Marcus could see the terror in her eyes. "Please," the woman begged. "I didn't betray anyone. I just wanted to leave." "Victor doesn't let anyone leave," another man said, pulling out a gun. Marcus's heart pounded. This was not his problem. He had to get to Emma. But as he looked at the woman's face, he saw the same fear he had seen in Sarah's eyes when the doctors told them there was no hope. He could not walk away. "Hey!" Marcus shouted, stepping into the alley. "Leave her alone." The 3 men turned to him. One of them laughed. "Who is this fool?" Marcus had no plan. He had no weapon. He only had his body and a desperate need to do something right. "Run," he shouted to the woman. Everything happened so fast. The woman started running. One of the men aimed his gun at her back. Without thinking, Marcus threw himself forward. The gunshot echoed through the alley like thunder. Pain exploded in Marcus's shoulder. He fell to the ground, clutching his wound. Blood seeped through his fingers. The woman stopped and turned back. "No," she screamed. But before the men could shoot again, black cars screeched to a halt at both ends of the alley. Men in suits poured out, dozens of them, all armed. "Step away from her," a commanding voice ordered. The 3 attackers dropped their weapons and raised their hands. A man stepped forward. He was tall and imposing, with silver hair and sharp eyes that could cut through steel. He wore an expensive suit and carried himself like a king. "Sophia," he said, his voice softening as he looked at the woman. "Are you hurt?" "I'm fine, Victor," Sophia replied, rushing to Marcus. "But this man, he saved my life." Victor Castellano, the most powerful mafia boss in the city, looked down at Marcus. For a moment, their eyes met. Marcus tried to speak, but darkness swallowed him whole. Marcus woke up in a hospital bed. His shoulder throbbed with pain, but it was nothing compared to the panic that seized his heart. Emma, he tried to sit up. Easy, easy, a nurse said, gently pushing him back. You've been shot. You need to rest. My daughter, Marcus gasped. I need to get my daughter from school. Sir, please calm down. The door opened, and Victor Castellano walked in, followed by Sophia. Leave us, Victor said to the nurse. She nodded and quickly left. Marcus stared at them. What do you want? Victor pulled up a chair and sat down. You saved Sophia's life. Why? Marcus looked at Sophia, then back at Victor. Because it was the right thing to do. The right thing. Victor leaned back. Most people would have walked away. You knew those men had guns. You knew you could die. Yet you stepped in front of a bullet for a stranger. I couldn't just watch, Marcus said quietly. I couldn't live with myself if I had done nothing. Sophia stepped forward, her eyes wet with tears. What's your name? Marcus Chen. Thank you, Marcus, Sophia whispered. Thank you for my life. Victor studied Marcus for a long moment. Tell me about yourself. There's nothing to tell. I'm nobody. I'm just a father trying to survive. Marcus's voice broke. Please, I need to get my daughter. She's waiting for me at school. She must be so scared. Victor pulled out his phone and made a call. Send someone to pick up a little girl from Jefferson Elementary. Her name is Emma Chen. Bring her to the hospital. And be gentle. She's been through enough. Marcus's eyes widened. How do you? I know everything about everyone, Victor said. It's how I stay alive in this business. 20 minutes later, the door burst open, and Emma ran in. Daddy. Marcus opened his arms, tears streaming down his face. Baby girl, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm late. Emma hugged him tightly, crying into his chest. I thought something bad happened to you. I was so scared. I'm okay, sweetheart. Daddy's okay. Sophia watched them, her own tears falling. Victor's expression softened, something rare for a man who had built an empire on fear and power. You're a good father, Victor said quietly. The next morning, Marcus tried to discharge himself from the hospital. His shoulder was bandaged, and the doctor said he needed at least 2 weeks of rest. But Marcus could not afford rest. He had bills to pay, and Emma needed him. As he signed the paperwork, Victor appeared again. We need to talk, Victor said. I have nothing to say to you, Marcus replied. I did what anyone should do. I don't want money or favors. I just want to go home with my daughter. Admirable, Victor said. But you don't understand. Those men who attacked Sophia work for my enemies. They want to destroy me. When they find out you're the one who saved her, they'll come after you. They'll come after Emma. Marcus's blood ran cold. What? You're in danger now. Both of you. Then what do you want from me? Victor handed him a card. Come to this address tonight. 9 o'clock. Come alone. We'll discuss your future. My future? Marcus, you took a bullet for someone you didn't know. That kind of loyalty is rare. I want to offer you a position in my organization. I'm not a criminal, Marcus said firmly. I'm not asking you to be. I have legitimate businesses, hotels, restaurants, security companies. I need someone I can trust. Someone with honor. Someone like you. Marcus looked at the card, then at Victor. And if I refuse? Then you're on your own. And my enemies will find you. That evening, Marcus sat with Emma in their tiny apartment. She was drawing pictures at the kitchen table while he made dinner, rice and vegetables, the only thing they could afford this week. Daddy, can I ask you something? Emma said. Of course, baby. Why do you work so much? Marcus's heart broke a little. Because I want to give you a good life. But I just want you, Emma said, her big brown eyes looking up at him. I don't need toys or fancy things. I just want you to be home. Marcus knelt beside her and hugged her tight. I know, sweetheart. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. That night, after Emma fell asleep, Marcus looked at Victor's card. He thought about Sarah. He thought about the promise he made to her. He thought about Emma's words, I just want you to be home. He had spent 2 years drowning in work, barely surviving, never truly living. What kind of life was this for Emma? What kind of father was he if he was always absent? At 8:45 p.m., Marcus made his decision. He kissed Emma's forehead as she slept, left a note for his neighbor to watch her, and headed to the address on the card. The address led to a private mansion on the outskirts of the city. Guards checked Marcus at the gate and escorted him to a large office where Victor and Sophia waited. You came, Victor said, gesturing to a chair. Marcus sat down. I came to hear what you have to say. That doesn't mean I'm agreeing to anything. Fair enough. Victor poured 3 glasses of whiskey. Let me tell you a story. 20 years ago, I was like you. I had nothing. My father was murdered by rival gangsters. My mother died of a broken heart. I was alone, angry, and desperate for revenge. Marcus listened quietly. I built this empire with blood and pain, Victor continued. I've done things I'm not proud of. But everything I did to survive. To protect what's mine. To make sure no one could ever hurt my family again. Why are you telling me this? Marcus asked. Because I see myself in you. You're a fighter. You have honor. And most importantly, you're willing to sacrifice everything for the people you love. Sophia spoke up. Marcus, Victor wants to promote you. He wants to make you head of security for all his legitimate businesses. Marcus almost choked on his whiskey. What? You heard her right, Victor said. The salary is $200,000 a year. Full benefits. Healthcare for you and Emma. A house. A car. Everything you need. Marcus stared at them in disbelief. $200,000. You took a bullet for my family. 5 minutes of courage changed your entire life. That's how life works sometimes. One moment of bravery can open doors you never knew existed. I don't know anything about security, Marcus admitted. You know how to protect people. That's all that matters. I have professionals who will train you. You're smart, Marcus. You'll learn. Marcus thought about Emma. About their tiny apartment. About the 3 jobs that barely kept them afloat. About the school projects he missed. About the tears in his daughter's eyes every time he said, I have to work tonight, baby. What do I have to do? Marcus asked. Be loyal. Protect my people. Do your job with honor. And never betray my trust. Marcus extended his hand. I'll do it. But I have one condition. Name it. Emma comes first. Always. If she needs me, I'm there. No matter what. Victor smiled and shook his hand. Deal. That's exactly why I want you. A man who puts his family first will never betray me. Family is everything. The next morning, Marcus woke up thinking he had dreamed everything. But when he checked his phone, there was a text from Victor, a car will pick you up at 10 a.m. Welcome to the family. At exactly 10 a.m., a sleek black car arrived. Emma's eyes went wide. Daddy, whose car is that? It's ours, baby, Marcus said, still in disbelief. The driver took them to a beautiful house in a safe neighborhood. It had 3 bedrooms, a backyard, and a real kitchen. Emma ran through the rooms, laughing and crying at the same time. Is this really ours, Daddy? Yes, baby. This is our home now. Emma hugged him so tight he thought his ribs would crack. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That afternoon, Victor's assistant delivered documents, employment contracts, insurance papers, and bank information. Marcus signed everything with shaking hands. It felt too good to be true. The following week, Marcus began his training. He learned about security systems, threat assessment, personnel management, and crisis response. He was terrified at first, but Victor's team was patient and professional. More importantly, Marcus was home every night by 6 p.m. He helped Emma with her homework. They cooked dinner together. They watched movies and laughed until their bellies hurt. For the first time in 2 years, Marcus felt like a father again. 3 months passed. Marcus excelled at his job. He was fair but firm, and the security teams respected him. Victor's businesses ran smoothly under his watch. But peace never lasts in the world of power and crime. One night, Marcus received an urgent call from Victor. Come to my office. Now. When Marcus arrived, he found Victor in a dark mood. Sophia was there too, looking worried. They found out about you, Victor said. Who found out? Dmitry Volkov. He's the one who ordered the hit on Sophia. He knows you're the one who saved her. He knows you work for me now. And he's planning revenge. Marcus felt ice in his veins. What kind of revenge? Victor looked him in the eye. He knows about Emma. The world stopped. Marcus could barely breathe. No. No, please, no. I've already sent my best men to watch your house. Emma is safe for now. But Dmitry is planning something. We need to find out what. Marcus stood up, his fists clenched. Tell me where he is. I'll handle this. That's not how this works, Victor said. You're valuable to me, Marcus. I won't let you throw your life away on a suicide mission. That's my daughter we're talking about. And she needs her father alive. Victor shouted back. Sit down. We do this smart. We do this together. Sophia put a hand on Marcus's shoulder. Victor protected me. He'll protect Emma too. Trust him. Marcus sat down, his whole body shaking. What do we do? First, we move Emma somewhere safe. Somewhere Dmitry can never find her. She'll be scared. She'll think I'm abandoning her. Then you tell her the truth, Victor said. You tell her that her father loves her so much, he'll do anything to keep her safe. Even if it means being apart for a little while. That night, Marcus sat Emma down and held her hands. She looked up at him with those innocent eyes, and he wanted to break down and cry. Baby, I need to talk to you about something important. What's wrong, Daddy? You look sad. I'm not sad, sweetheart. I'm just. I need you to be very brave for me. Emma nodded. Okay. There are some bad people who want to hurt us. Not because we did anything wrong, but because I helped someone who needed help. Do you understand? Emma's lip trembled. Are they going to hurt you? No, baby. No one is going to hurt me. But to keep you safe, you need to go stay with some very nice people for a little while. They'll take care of you. But I want to stay with you. Emma started crying. Marcus pulled her into his arms, tears streaming down his own face. I know, baby. I know. But this is the only way I can protect you. It's just for a little while. I promise I'll come get you as soon as it's safe. You promise? I promise on Mommy's memory. I will come for you. Emma cried herself to sleep in his arms. Marcus held her all night, memorizing the feel of her small body against his, the smell of her hair, the sound of her breathing. The next morning, Victor's most trusted guards took Emma to a secure location. As Marcus watched the car drive away, a part of his soul went with it. Victor stood beside him. "She'll be safe. I give you my word." Marcus turned to him, his eyes hard as stone. "Now we end this. No more waiting. No more planning. We find Dmitry Volkov, and we end this." For 2 weeks, Marcus became someone he never thought he could be. He worked day and night, tracking Dmitry's movements, gathering intelligence, coordinating with Victor's network of informants. He discovered that Dmitry was planning to attack one of Victor's hotels and blame it on Marcus's security failure. It was a scheme to destroy both Victor's business and Marcus's reputation. But more than that, Marcus learned that Dmitry had a daughter too. A teenage girl named Katya who was studying at a private school, completely unaware of her father's criminal life. One night, Victor called a meeting with his top advisors. Marcus was there too. "We have Dmitry's location," Victor announced. "We can end this tonight." "Then let's do it," one of the men said. "We go in hard, eliminate him and his top lieutenants." "No," Marcus said suddenly. Everyone turned to look at him. "What do you mean, no?" Victor asked. Marcus stood up. "Dmitry has a daughter. If we kill him, she loses her father. She becomes like Emma, alone, scared, traumatized. I can't do that. I won't do that." "He threatened your daughter," Victor reminded him. "I know. And I'll never forgive him for that. But I'm not like him. I won't make a child suffer for her father's crimes." The room fell silent. Victor studied Marcus for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "What do you suggest?" "We give him a choice. He leaves the city, leaves the business, and never comes back. In exchange, we let him live. If he refuses, then we do what we have to do." One of Victor's men laughed. "You think Dmitry Volkov will just walk away?" "No," Marcus said. "But I think a father who loves his daughter might." They found Dmitry in an abandoned warehouse on the docks. Victor's men surrounded the building. Marcus and Victor walked in alone. Dmitry was a large man with cold eyes and a cruel smile. "Victor Castellano. Come to finish the job yourself?" "I came to offer you a deal," Victor said. "I don't make deals with dead men." "Neither do I," Victor replied. "But Marcus here thinks you deserve a chance." Dmitry's eyes shifted to Marcus. "Ah, the hero. The fool who took a bullet for a woman he didn't know. I should thank you. You've given me a reason to destroy Victor." Marcus stepped forward. "You have a daughter. Katya. She's 15 years old. She plays violin and dreams of going to Juilliard." Dmitry's face changed. "How do you?" "I have a daughter too. Emma. She's 7. She loves to draw and wants to be an artist someday. I would die for her. I would kill for her. I would do anything to protect her. What's your point?" "My point is that we're both fathers. We both love our daughters more than our own lives. So I'm asking you, father to father, to walk away. Leave this city. Take Katya and go somewhere safe. Start over. Give her a life without violence. Without fear. Without looking over your shoulder every day." Dmitry laughed bitterly. "You think it's that simple?" "I think it's that important," Marcus said. "I think your daughter deserves a father who's alive and present, even if it means you lose your empire. What's power worth if you're dead? What's revenge worth if Katya grows up alone?" For the first time, something cracked in Dmitry's hard expression. "You don't understand this world. Once you're in forever." "That's not true," Victor said. "I'm giving you a way out. Take it. For your daughter's sake." Dmitri was silent for a long time. Then he pulled out his phone and showed them a picture. It was Katya, smiling, holding her violin. She doesn't know what I do. She thinks I'm a businessman. Then keep it that way, Marcus said gently. Take her somewhere she can be happy. Be the father she thinks you are. Dmitri looked at the picture, tears in his eyes. If I leave, my own men will hunt me down. Not if I tell them you're under my protection, Victor said. I have the power to end this war. But only if you walk away. Dmitri took a deep breath. I want to see her graduate. I want to walk her down the aisle someday. I want to meet my grandchildren. Then make the choice, Marcus said. Choose her. Choose life. Dmitri wiped his eyes and nodded. I'll go. But if you ever come near Katya. We won't, Victor promised. You have my word. 2 days later, Marcus stood outside a safe house in the countryside. His hands were shaking as he knocked on the door. It opened, and there she was. Emma. Daddy. She ran into his arms, and Marcus fell to his knees, holding her, sobbing into her hair. I'm here, baby. I'm here. I'm never leaving you again. They stayed like that for a long time, father and daughter, holding on to each other like they were the only real things in the world. That night, back at their home, Marcus tucked Emma into bed. Daddy, are the bad people gone? She asked. Yes, baby. They're gone. We're safe now. I knew you'd come back. I knew you'd protect me. Marcus kissed her forehead. Always, sweetheart. Always. As Emma drifted off to sleep, Marcus sat by her bed and thought about everything that had happened. One moment of bravery had changed his entire life. One bullet had led to a promotion, a new home, a future he never dreamed possible. But more than that, he had discovered something about himself. He was stronger than he thought. He was braver than he knew. And he was capable of making a difference in ways he never imagined. 6 months later, Marcus stood in Victor's office with a proposal. I want to start a program, Marcus said. For single parents who are struggling. People like I was. Working multiple jobs, barely surviving, missing their children's lives. Victor leaned back in his chair. Go on. We could hire them in our security companies, our hotels, our restaurants. Give them real jobs with real pay. Benefits. A chance to actually be parents instead of just providers. Sophia smiled. I love this idea. It won't be charity, Marcus continued. These people are hard workers. They're survivors. They just need an opportunity. A chance. Like you gave me. Victor was quiet for a moment, then nodded. Do it. You have my full support. Over the next year, Marcus's program helped over 50 single parents. He knew each of them by name. He knew their stories. He knew their children. And he made sure that every one of them could go home at night and be with their families. One evening, a young single mother named Teresa came to his office with her 5-year-old son, Miguel. Mr. Chen, I just wanted to thank you, she said, tears in her eyes. Before this job, I was working as a waitress until midnight every night. Miguel was always alone. Now I can put him to bed. I can read him stories. I can be his mother. Miguel hugged Marcus's leg. Thank you for giving me my mommy back. Marcus knelt down and ruffled Miguel's hair. You take care of your mommy, okay? She's special. After they left, Marcus sat at his desk and thought about Sarah. He wished she could see what their struggle had led to. He wished she could see Emma now, happy, thriving, safe. I kept my promise, he whispered to the photo of Sarah on his desk. I took care of our baby girl. And I'm helping other parents do the same. 2 years after that rainy night in the alley, Victor held a celebration at his grandest hotel. It was ostensibly for the anniversary of his company, but everyone knew it was really about Marcus. Emma, now 9 years old, wore a beautiful dress and stayed close to her father. She was still shy around crowds, but she smiled more now. She laughed more. She was healing. Victor stood at the podium to give a speech. 2 years ago, a man I didn't know threw himself in front of a bullet to save someone he loved. Wait, I'm sorry. Not someone he loved. Someone he didn't even know. A complete stranger. The crowd murmured. That man showed me something I had forgotten. That true courage isn't about power or weapons or control. It's about doing the right thing when everything tells you to walk away. Victor looked directly at Marcus. That man is Marcus Chen. He came to me with nothing but a wounded shoulder and a daughter who needed him. Today, he runs the security for my entire organization. He's saved my businesses from countless threats. And more importantly, he's helped dozens of families build better lives. The crowd applauded. Marcus, come up here. Marcus hesitated, but Emma pushed him forward. Go on, Daddy. You deserve this. Marcus walked to the podium. Victor handed him an envelope. Open it, Victor said. Inside was a check for $1 million. Marcus stared at it in disbelief. Victor, I can't. You saved my family. You showed me that honor still exists in this world. You've earned every penny. Use it to expand your program. Help more families. Change more lives. Marcus's eyes filled with tears. He looked out at the crowd and saw all the faces of the people he had helped. Teresa and Miguel were there. Other single parents. Their children. All of them healthy, smiling, thriving. I was drowning 2 years ago, Marcus said, his voice shaking. I was working myself to death and losing the only thing that mattered, my daughter. I took a bullet that night because I couldn't live with myself if I did nothing. I didn't expect anything in return. I just did what felt right. He paused, collecting himself. But what happened after, it changed my life. Victor gave me more than a job. He gave me a purpose. He gave me back the time with my daughter. And now I get to help other parents have that same gift. Marcus looked down at Emma, who was crying happy tears. This is for every parent who's struggling. For every child who just wants their mom or dad to come home. For everyone who's working 3 jobs and barely surviving. You're not forgotten. You matter. Your children matter. And together, we're going to make sure you have the chance to actually live, not just survive. The entire room stood and applauded. Emma was 12 years old now. She was in middle school, getting straight A's, and her artwork hung in galleries around the city. She still missed her mother, but the sharp pain had softened into a gentle ache. She knew Sarah would be proud of her. Marcus no longer worked in security. He had become the director of the Victor Castellano Family Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to helping struggling families. His program had helped over 500 single parents and their children. Victor and Sophia had become like family. They came to Emma's art shows. They celebrated birthdays and holidays together. Sophia, who couldn't have children of her own, had become like an aunt to Emma. One Sunday afternoon, Marcus and Emma visited Sarah's grave. They brought flowers, sunflowers, Sarah's favorite. Emma placed the flowers gently by the headstone. Hi, Mommy. It's me. I'm 12 now. Can you believe it? Marcus stood beside her, his hand on her shoulder. Daddy's doing really good, Emma continued. He's helping so many people. He's not tired all the time anymore. And he's home every night. We have dinner together, and he helps me with my homework, and we watch movies on Fridays just like you used to do. Emma wiped her eyes. I miss you so much, Mommy. But I'm okay. Daddy made sure of that. He kept his promise to you. He took care of me. Marcus knelt beside Emma and put his arm around her. She's right, Sarah. I kept my promise. And every day, I try to be the father you believed I could be. They sat there for a while, in peaceful silence, remembering the woman who had brought so much love into their lives. As they walked back to their car, Emma took her father's hand. Daddy, can I ask you something? Anything, baby. That night when you got shot, do you ever wish you had just walked away? Marcus stopped and looked down at his daughter. Never. Not for a single second. Why? Because that one moment of courage gave me everything. It gave us this life. It gave me the chance to help others. And most importantly, it taught me that doing the right thing, even when it's hard, even when it's scary, is always worth it. Emma hugged him tight. I'm proud of you, Daddy. Marcus hugged her back, tears streaming down his face. I'm proud of you too, sweetheart. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. They drove home together, father and daughter, their bond unbreakable, their future bright with hope. Because sometimes, one moment of bravery can change everything. One bullet can lead to a promotion. One selfless act can start a ripple that touches hundreds of lives. And sometimes, the man who thinks he's nobody can become someone's hero.